Steve Tom Orsborn from the San Antonio Express News. Pop turns 72 next week. What does it say about him that he's still going strong, especially while coaching such a young team and doing it during this challenging COVID season?
Well, he obviously loves the game with a passion that has allowed him to be very successful and impactful as a coach for 40 plus years overall, and 25 or so in the NBA. Pop is obviously a very interesting man. He's got a lot of different interests and pursuits. He's very well read. He can talk about any topic that you want, and yet at his core, he's a basketball coach, and basketball is what genuinely excites him, and coaching a team is what gives him the thrill that keeps him going. And so it's been amazing to watch his career. I think I was a player for him in maybe his third or fourth season coaching. And of course, we had no idea at that point that he was going to become one of the all-time greats. But I've been really, really blessed to have played for him and also been mentored by him as a coach. He's really been a huge factor for me in developing as a coach, and I've leaned on him an awful lot over the years for counsel. He's an incredible man.
Could you see him going beyond this year?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, and I don't think he's made any decisions yet. But why not? He's still sharp as ever. You can see the impact he still makes just by watching his team this year. Nobody expected much out of the Spurs, and here they are right in the thick of everything. They've got, a 6-2 road record, big wins over teams like the Lakers and the Clippers on the road. And you watch them play, and there's, it's no coincidence that they're winning. They're rock solid. They take care of the ball better than anybody in the league. They defend. They've got a lot of good young talent in a nice mix with their veterans like Mills and Aldridge, DeRozan, Gay, and Pop's doing a great job as always.
Thank you.
You got it.
Steve, how much has Pop's outspokenness inspired other coaches and players to feel comfortable being outspoken about politics and social justice as well?
I don't think I ever would have felt comfortable speaking out until Pop's example. I think he gave me and a lot of people the courage to speak when we felt we had something to say that might be helpful or important. I don't remember many coaches speaking out on political issues or social issues during my playing career. And I think part of this movement that we're seeing, that we've seen over the last decade in particular in sports, I think Pop is one of the key figures in helping that happen.
Steve, how often do you talk to Pop? You're two head coaches managing your teams during the season. How often do you get to speak? And then when you talk, is it about basketball or is it about life?
We probably speak once every couple of weeks. We might text each other, send each other an article that we read that we found interesting, or maybe a book that we'd recommend. And when we talk, there's always a good mix of basketball and world events. So it's always a great conversation.
How did it change for you? At one time when you're playing for him, he's an authority figure. He's your coach. Yeah. But now it seems so much like a friendship. How did you guys grow your relationship together?
Well, I got older, for one thing. Of course, so did he. But you're right. I mean, when you're a player-coach relationship is very different. And now, once I got into coaching, he very graciously, offered me advice. I think he is very proud of his coaching tree. There's a lot of coaches in this league who worked under Pop, And I remember my first time at the Coaches Association meeting the summer before my first season with the Warriors. Pop hosted a dinner in Chicago with all of his former coaches who had become head coaches. So it was Mike Budenholzer, Brett Brown, Monty was there. I'm missing a couple of others. Quinn Snyder was there. I mean, I think we had 6 or 7 people at dinner, all head coaches, and we just had a great night. And I think he takes great pride in having mentored a lot of us, and he genuinely enjoys people's company and conversation. So I think one of the things that I miss the most during this pandemic is not being able to go out to dinner with Pop either here or in San Antonio, which we normally would do.
As you get older, you get pretty good BS antennae. And you know who's genuine, who's not, who's on the straight up and who's not. And I don't think there was one moment when I decided to speak out. I've always done it kind of privately with my team. Whether it's been, about race or equal justice or, the war in Iraq, a variety of situations, but I've always kept it pretty private. So somewhere along the line, I probably just said something in a more public sense during the last administration, and that's all I can, really point to.
Thanks, Melissa. Let's go to Brian Mahoney from the Associated Press.
Hey, Pop, I think I'll stick with the theme here. We're going with, I think you brought your teams to the White House with 3 presidents, if my history's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if the NBA has even tried to see if they could keep that going the last couple of years, if there was even an avenue for it. Is that something that you think teams are missing out, not having the opportunity? And would you like to see, do you anticipate that could be something that can be restored again?
Well, I don't know the ins and outs of what other people have done or why they've done or not done something, but I know that we enjoyed our trips to the White House. The players enjoyed it. And the best part about it is if you get that opportunity, it means you want a championship, which is pretty cool.
All right, folks, I think that's going to do it. Thank you, Pop. We'll see you after the game.